Hello, everyone. I think, I think it's Pride Month, isn't it? How are we doing? Isn't it? I forgot to check and update because I am not entirely sure. I don't know what year it is. Okay. What? No, no. Come on. No, 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 no. Yes, it is. Happy Pride Month. That's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna hold my thoughts. Oh no! Oh no! Hello, Pete. 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 We're gonna say Pete. I thought it was gonna be Pete Plessis. I mean, it's pretty on the nose, but still. Uh, how are you doing? Welcome in. Hi, Millie. Hi, Einstein. Time moves fast if you want to. Does it? Does it? I have to do this. Um, yes. It's Monday, which is the best day of the week, according to all the people in the world. We just had our. I decided to wait until the beginning of stream so I can keep my hands here. Otherwise, I'll be. No, Winston, I literally. Can you just lie down for a second? Or for like an hour? Oh my god. This is my stuff for my hands. And I need my hands a lot. And don't want to accidentally touch my face because this is not if it gets in my eyes, I will need to go. Um, that he slipped in a diamond appear at back screen on purpose this weekend. Oh gosh, I hold on. I can't see what is up there. I was saying hello to everyone. He said I was such a peachy prestige that I wouldn't be able to help myself from pointing out errors in his streaming setup. He said that a long time ago, and then he slipped in a typo in his Be Right Back screen on purpose this weekend. Oh no! Oh my gosh. Okay, so this triggers memories of when I didn't, as a teenager, I didn't realize that I was freaking autistic. Okay. And so I should really talk to some of the people that made fun of certain things that they really shouldn't have made fun of. And one of the people that I thought that I considered my friends, but turned out he was a nice guy. And when he found out that I was single for the first time in a few years, the first thing he did was ask me to fucking marry him. I'm not even kidding. It was a complete proposition. It was a whole freaking Pride and Prejudice. I don't. What do you mean moment? Anyway, I thought he was a friend of mine, and he took me to a party, and I swear to God, I am talking to this person, and suddenly this person that I had never met before, it turns around and he's like, "You're right, she does bite." As in, I take things seriously. So yeah, I bite and especially before I knew that I was autistic, I bit in everything. I didn't understand sarcasm, I didn't understand jokes, I didn't understand anything about being social until in my 20s. So, God dang it. Are you maybe also autistic? Because that could be why you're peach precies. I was called peach precies for the same reason. Oh my gosh. Anyway, it's okay. I just didn't know I was autistic, and those people didn't know either. But that made me think about people. Like, what do you mean? So you told him to do this to me? What are you're mm, people people weird. I would rather be here with my pixels. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I've been thinking a lot about meetups actually, and TwitchCon in particular because it's in the Netherlands. It's at least 1996. Pride Month in America, not in the Netherlands. I fear. um, I mean, d- d- to be completely honest, I didn't watch any TV. I had no control over anything. I wasn't allowed to have a phone until far into my teens. Late, I was basically all on my way to being kicked out. and my entire life was survival. So if this is the case, I just wasn't aware about the existence of an entire month. I know there's like Pink Monday or Pink Tuesday, and I did go to that a few months. But honestly, I didn't even know how to look beyond the day for well, until I moved here. Actually, if I'm completely honest, that's sad. That's sad. Let's see. Uh, oh, you meant in the Netherlands. Wait, I'm confusing two things. Oh, I had read that it was started in Kentucky in 1969, and you said 96, didn't you? So yeah, you did. I read that wrong. Oh my God, that's a long time. I had no clue. I seriously had no clue. Why is everything orange? Let me just ask the question. Why is everything orange at the moment? What is happening? Is there because I swear it is Skulja. Thank you for saving today. Hi, how are you doing? I have no clue. Hi, Blue. How are you doing? Winston is having a very good time. I harvested a bit of fresh catnip, and he loves fresh catnip. He doesn't really like the dried version. I also have a spray. He doesn't like that either as much. He loves he's spoiled. He loves fresh catnip, so he just had a bit of fresh catnip. And then the alarms went off in the Netherlands. We have this first Monday of the month test thingy where they see if all the alarms still work, which is very necessary at the moment. If you know, you know. Hold on, I have to catch up with chat. Uh, Hello, Blue. Crash! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. How are you doing? What the fuck is that? It was a little peeks inside. No, don't do that. It's horrible inside my head at the moment. I'm not having a good time. I'm not sleeping very well with the stupid hands. Uh, that went from 0 to 100. What? Me? I'm so sorry if that's the case. You see, I shouldn't watch the news also before I start stream. And I tried to cheer myself up with a catnip as well, but in the words of my best friend, Jesus Christ, you're autistic. Oh no! Hi, Daddy. I don't know what year it is. I genuinely, this is fascinating. Am I actually a witch? What is this? All these things that I've been thinking about a lot. Since 2020, my sense of time has really truly been effed. And that is interesting because I had a very intense burnout for quite a few years. And I didn't lose sight of time as badly as I have since 2020. And I still don't really know what the hell is going on most of the time. I need to remind myself. Is that just me? Oh, frick! Okay, well, I guess I just made up my own mind. I wanted to read something else on stream, but now my hands are. I need to think. I need to think. God damn it! Here you go about what year it is, and it takes on a life of its own. Uh oh. Uh oh. These are definitely words you're saying. I'm confused, Sherry. I would like context. What is orange and why is it everywhere? Oh! Everything in the stores in the Netherlands is orange, and I don't know why. Because as far as I understand, the king's birthday has already been like a while ago. So why is everything orange again? The World Cup? Oh no. Oh, thank you, Blue. See, I need to know this because I once walked into um, hooligans that were just starting to go on their walk across the city to wreak some havoc. I'm not even kidding. I walked straight into the line of riot police on horse. Why? You may ask. Because I didn't know where I was going at that moment in time, and I needed to look on a map. But because I was confused, I was standing at a junction, which is why they were probably, about to clash exactly where I was. So I wasn't looking at the street. I was looking at my phone, like where do I go? And because I was on the sidewalk, I just didn't look up until suddenly I was within a meter of a riot horse. Oh my god. So I need to know this stuff. I'm going to be in so much trouble. Blue. Oh my gosh. A 75 stream streak. You know what? I don't think I have a streak as high anywhere. That's so impressive. How? I always miss one at some point around 50. That's the highest I've gotten. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm sorry, Millie. Uh, yeah, I mean that always helps. I try to do that as well. I was lucky that I did some transcribing in my time, and I did a lot of transcribing for TLC, turning audio into subtitles. So, but most of the things that I did was talking head stuff because that's just easier. Just easier. The talking head stuff, and also you learn very interesting things about the people. I know a lot of things about like the people from what was it called? Not Married at First Sight, but the 90 Day Fiance. I saw a lot of behind the scenes and a lot of talking heads of 90 Day Fiance, and in there, I learned at least that you never hear the questions that they ask the talking heads, but you know what they're referring to, and they don't sit down for the talking heads actually in those moments. That happens after they record the season, they film the season, and then afterwards they do the studio things. They do the talking head stuff, and they ask questions. That there is no visual for them. It's not actually in that moment. That is why for large chunks of a season, they have the same outfits on in the talking head, because they talk about a lot of things, and they don't just every day sit down. They don't do that. That doesn't make sense, and they have to incorporate the question in their answer, and that helps a lot. If you talk a lot in stream, if you're active in chat, it really helps. Now, usually streamers are a lot better at keeping track of chat because I just yap a lot. Okay, I'm so sorry. I yap. I know it's a problem. Um, but giving context, it really helps out everyone involved. It's but I'll have you know that even after 3 or 4 seasons, most people still have trouble with it, and I am not perfect either. But I try to do that as well as a when I'm a viewer and when I do dare to speak up in a chat, um, which is not always. Now, why is it so bad during the night that I'm literally crying and holding ice cubes because it's burning so much, and now I'm actually sort of fine. It's really upsetting. Oh, the proposal. My brain just skipped over the why he says 0 to 100. Well, to him it wasn't Millie. The thing is, I had already rejected a relationship with him 3 times before, like actually, and then he came to me. Has anyone seen Becoming Jane Austen? I think it's becoming the name of the movie is Becoming Jane Austen, and it's about how, well, sort of loosely based on how we think Jane Austen became who she was. And in that movie, it has Anne Hathaway actually. She gets a proposal from a guy who is there's nothing wrong with him. She doesn't want him. Okay, she doesn't want him. She likes him as a person, but she doesn't want him. And the proposal is so awkward. And he lays out all the things that he has to offer her, and they're all materialistic. And he does. I think it's been a while since I saw the movie. I think he does say like I'm a nice guy. So and this person who I actually thought was my friend, he never talked to me after that again. Never, not once. he came to me and he told me about how much money he was gonna make, and this was like in my early 20s, right? How much money he was gonna make, what being in a relationship with him would entail, and he was basically trying to convince me to say yes. And had the feeling of, well, this is the best offer you're gonna get. I was like, what? No, we were friends. What is this? And it was really upsetting. That period was really upsetting because pretty much everything I thought I knew about the friends I had was just destroyed, and my life was really a mess at that point anyway, because I had yet to learn a lot about the Me Too movement at that point in life. So I was very confused anyway. But that guy was really talking weird things about me as well, to his friends, to bait me. Anyway, hi gnarly. That's pretty grim. Speaking of which, hello, Only Grim Official. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I hope you're having a good day. If not, that is fine too. I'm struggling as well. But honestly, what else is new? Right, Wisdom? Hello, Sugar Bear. What a proposition. Yeah, I mean, I can't go into too much details. I'm pretty sure if those people have found me, the thing is I moved around a lot. So I know a lot of people. Well, a lot of people know me. So I don't know. I know that some people have found me. So, and I don't want to be mean about it, but honestly, it was pretty degrading to then not ever talk to me again. But I'll give you this detail. Aside from materialistic things that I was offered and presented with, and the 10-year plan of how that would scale, the best selling point. I'm just gonna out. I'm not gonna say names. He knows who he is. The best selling point was the fact that I would be away from home for 50% of the time of the year. So he wouldn't even be a bother. I could just do my own thing for most of the time anyway. And when I was like, no, never talk to him again. Never talk to him again. So it was, that's why it made me think of the Anne Hathaway, because he also it was a business proposition. It was for him, it was, in the movie, he was supposedly, I mean, Jane Austen didn't have a lot coming from where she came from. She had a lot of sisters and no brothers, if I remember correctly. That's pretty heavy on a family, or it was in those days, given how it went. And often you were married off as a woman, and it really was a business proposition in a lot of the times. But to have that happen to you in, what was it, 2013? And he kept up because that was years after high school. He kept up, and that really messes with your brain. And that's not the only time it happened to me, that a guy I truly only hang out with me because they thought they would be able to get in my pants at some point, was physically jumped by one after 10 years of truly trusting this guy, and then he just never talked to me again. When it became apparent that after physically jumping on top of me, I was really gonna hurt him if he wasn't gonna stop hurting me. He said that he was hurt and he really had to consider our friendship. You jumped me. I have always said no. I am not interested. You would have known. No. So consider why you are friends with people. It really hurts people if you treat them as a I don't know, commodity. God dang it. I wonder how he's doing. I wonder if he made the same proposition to the girl he ended up marrying, because he did marry pretty soon after. I feel like. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't talk to those people anymore. I don't talk to anyone anymore. I just talk to myself. Clearly. Skulljack, can you imagine hearing that though in the 21st century? You should look up the scene. I should look up the scene. I can't show you. This is one of those moments where I wish I could show you my screen. No, never mind. Never mind. 25 streak. Let's go. Thank you so much, Storm. No, I mean, women do it too. Women do it too. It's not just men, but it's mostly. But this is centuries of the status quo. Okay, I do understand that, but that doesn't take away how offended I was at the proposition on its own. Completely ignoring the fact that I had already several times explicitly stated that I had no interest. No interest. I'm very clear about that, especially if I'm asked directly. No is no. I'm not being uh, coy. I'm not trying to be a tease. I know better. I'm a woman. Don't be teased. There's men out there who take that very seriously, and you might not get away. Hey, actually, I have a question. Is my sound working today? Because I was gonna look something up about yesterday. Oh, the scary clown sound. I was gonna look that up. And I couldn't because I almost puked when I heard that I had not connected my muffler covered earbuds. Is it working? Please let me know. Tell me if something is wrong. So if I get upset, I'm sorry. All right, I could get upset. That is a normal thing in life. People get upset. People sometimes get emotional, and sometimes we disagree. Sometimes we clash a little bit. The trick here is understanding that is rarely personal. Rarely, right? But I would like to know if something is wrong with stream. If you see me upside down and I don't see you upside down, let me know. I don't like being in the upside down. Plus, we have had updates ever since I was in the upside down. They didn't let me know about them. I was not. They didn't tell me, but yeah. We've had some updates in the interface of the Twitch streaming app. I do wish they made some different changes, but I have no say in that. I guess I'll have to be in the upside down again if I want them. You make it a rule not to ask out my close friends because of this, right? I mean, you. I don't believe in the friend zone. You're either physically attracted to people or you're not. And that is not the same as wanting a relationship with someone. You can be physically attracted to someone because they represent an idea that you have of what you would like to have as the outline of the relationship. Nothing about what is in there, though. That doesn't mean that you actually work. Like I said, it doesn't say anything about what contains the outline of that person. You may not work at a emotional level at all, but physically, very very shallowly, you might be attracted to your friends. But I don't feel like the friend zone is a thing. And women or men who do use a friend zone kind of way of life should probably talk with a professional. Oh, some people do that though, and I can't blame them if it works for you. Yes, there is a movement of people who do it for tax reasons, like get married on paper, but just live separately still, because it's smart. It's kind of smart. Well, Danny, I don't think they're dense. I think some men genuinely, and this is really something that is, I've been confronted with it quite a few times in the last year, but I have learned that those two men, men now, they were boys back then, and I would say they're probably still a little bit boy, but they genuinely don't consider women to be human. I genuinely think that those men have somewhere along the line lost the ability to understand theory of mind for women in particular. And when you say no, they just don't hear it. Like I can remember certain moments of the guy who sexually assaulted me, that later when I started to not dismiss myself in the story, which I did automatically, always, always. I was always wrong, always. And it's been a slow and painful progress to dismantle that in the last several years. But I realized after that, and had to be very honest about my interaction with that guy, that he genuinely didn't consider me a person. He just didn't. There are several moments throughout those 10 years where I should have known. I really should have known that this is a misogynist to the core. And did not accept at all that I was a lot smarter in certain areas than he was. It's not even about dents, because I'm sure that those men are perfectly capable to have very intellectual conversations with other men. It's just women, and it's a bit of a problem. Oh, gnarly, you missed some things. Yesterday's stream was a bit scary. Yeah, or at least someone made an attempt to be scary. Unfortunately, I mean, don't try me, Millie. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Because I have had moments like that I gushed out my entire heart and I was just muted the entire time. George McFly. George McFly. George McFly. You can't just drop a George McFly quote out of nowhere. Could you imagine streaming for 3 or 4 hours upside down and having no one tell you? I can, Gnarly! I can't imagine! Oonscat, how are you doing? I look like I'm funny. I should tell a joke. I am the joke! Oh, I need rain, guys. I need rain. I need rain. This morning, we had a beautiful sunset. It was gorgeous, truly. I hated it. I hated it. I was expecting some cloudy weather, and it's covering over right now. But the entire morning, right up until I started stream, it was so sunny. I don't believe it, Danny. There's because I made a screenshot. I mean, I forgot to post it. I made a screenshot last night that. So on Sunday evening, I have already gotten the warning for tomorrow. Tomorrow, the weather is going to be upsetting. It's gonna be wild. It's what is it? Is it code red this time? I don't know. I just know that there's a code and there's been a warning, and for Tuesday it's gonna be intense. I don't believe it. I'm physically attracted to Leek because his name reminds me of a leek, and who doesn't find Leek attractive and tasty? Leek, I have to think of what's it name? What's it called? Don't use hands. Don't use. They're almost not greasy anymore. They're still greasy. What am I gonna do? I was supposed to prep a book. I'm not prepping a book like this. I think I'm going to do something else. I've had friends that I fall in love with. If that is called a friend zone, then it definitely exists. But I don't. Oh no, yes, that no, that's not what I mean. No, no, no. Yes, naturally, you can end up falling in love with someone over a period of time. But what I mean with friend zone is there's this concept of people who are um, stringed along. That's I guess what I mean, where one of them is in love and the other one is just kind of keeping them around in case they either get bored or as a when I turn 40, then they'll be a good option. Do you know what I mean? Like but it's less honest, I guess. When men, I feel like, I don't know, I'm not a guy. When men talk about the friend zone, they speak of it as if they're being put in there from the beginning, but they always had a shot. They assumed from the beginning that they had a shot at being in a sexual relationship, as opposed to a friendship, which honestly so underrated. I fear that our lack of platonic and inability to grow honest platonic friendships is why we have wars. If we would just cuddle, all right, if we just had a cuddle pile once a week, prescribed, I promise you, we would solve so many problems because people are touch starved. People are starved of love, and we have forgotten that there's a difference between love and sexual attraction. Love is love, all right? If you don't understand that there's different forms of love, I need you to turn your computer into the police. Well, maybe not the police. Who can we trust when it comes to children? Because it's not the police. It's not the police. If you don't understand that love and sexual attraction are two entirely separate things, I worry for every child that you meet. I'm not even kidding. Because there's something wrong in that mindset. If you refuse to accept that there's a difference between that, you need to talk to someone, and you do not touch the internet anymore. Go talk. It's so silly to me. Oh, don't you start, Millie. What is hanging from my ceiling? My chat is skipping. I just stopped. I want. Never mind. I can't. Go yellow. No, there's no code at all. There's the Netherlands, and I always say this about autumn and winter. Like in the Netherlands, if there's one leaf on the train tracks, the entire country is in chaos, and we need to close down stores because how are we going to get home when there's leaves on the tracks of the train? This is the same thing. There's going to be rain. Where? No rain here. What do you got going on? I'm scared. I don't know. I am seriously so upset about the weather. I'm so sorry. I'm going to calm down in a little bit. When my hands are a little less hurtful? Painful, probably as well. And when I get going, I just can't grab a book right now. So what am I going to do? The whole question is one of entitlement for me. It's part of how men are socialized in our world. Yeah, that's kind of what I meant with the proposition. I didn't finish that thought when the guy made his business proposition to me. That it is patriarchy, I guess, and centuries of training. It's an awkward word. If you look at someone and find yourself thinking they owe you something, stop yourself and remind yourself they don't owe you anything. Nothing at all. Not a smile, not even an answer. And that bit applies to all people on this planet, exactly. It's not that's not healthy human behavior, and it leads to a lot of the toxicity we deal with in society. Yeah. Yeah, gnarly, seriously, it's normally it doesn't go into my wrist, but it's sinking into my wrist since last night. So, dang it. I have a cream. I have a prescribed cream, gnarly, and it does help. It just takes a while, and it spread so violently in like a day that it got out of control. But I have hydrocortisone. I'm only allowed to use it twice a day, and it needs a lot of some kind of fatty. But this is the first year I am using this calendula in between, because it hurts. It fucks up your skin. This fucks up your skin, actually. And I think this is helping. I don't know. I will rage quit, Millie. What the book say to the pen? The book say to the pen. Oh, I don't want to say what is in my mind because it's really chaotic in there today. But platonic friendships are where most magic and fun happens. I agree, Wisdom. If you can love your platonic friend without sleeping with them, this is easy to learn. It's it's really not that hard because also there you can still no, never mind. I really think that the focus on and this goes both ways, right? Women are maybe more bullied for not being in a relationship because we have a biological clock ticking and a time limit on when we are, viable to birth a child into the world, as if that is the only way one becomes a parent. But that is another topic. I feel like there's a lot of value attached by society in being in a relationship, and you kind of don't really count if you're not in a relationship. Not to mention how people who are in a relationship are often threatened by those who are not. So if you are in friendships and jealousy is not addressed on a personal level, like why are you jealous, and learning how jealousy is really any emotion is a guideline for your life and what you should or shouldn't do. And jealousy just tells you that you have something to lose. It's not necessarily a bad feeling. It just tells you something. The behavior that leads out of that emotion might be worse though. And I've lost friendships because girls would think that I wanted their man, and I to this day will always say, I am so happy for you that you think that I am also attracted to your man, but I am not. I'm not, and even if I was, I can control myself, and my friendship is worth more than, and I'm sorry for the way I'm gonna phrase it, but some man in that case. But yeah, people, I don't know, man. People don't really understand that platonic love and sexual love is not the same thing. And I really wish we would learn how to just hug people with just love, no sex, just love. Okay, and honestly, I think it would help with the conversation about consent. If the wind switches direction, wisdom, I am cursed by the sun. I said it before we were warned with the weather supposedly turning orange, which it didn't. I am followed by the sun. It doesn't matter where I go. I always miss the worst of weather. Always. I said it was rain. My friend said it was rainy the other day. It doesn't live far, but I didn't get any rain. I'm excited. I have lived in towns, not even cities, in towns where people would tell me it's raining, and I kid you not, it would just miss me. The same town. You just nothing. Oh yes, go, Daddy. We are going into the first sprint of the day in about 8 minutes. If you don't mind, I'm not sure. What am I going to do? I thought I was going to read a Wheel of Time. Oh, sorry. But then I thought that's a little bit much. So I thought, let's read something a little less bulky, because my goal is to read, of just to finish the book that I start. Where are you going? During stream, during the week. Are you also saying that platonic love is the same as sexual love, or are you saying that's not the same? No. No, it's not the same. But I feel like in a romantic relationship, they should both be present. Does that make sense? As in, like the guy that made the proposition to me. What are you doing? I can't touch you, actually. Not your face, at least. Um, yes, we were friends, but not to the degree that I would want a relationship with that person. I feel like that's just a leveled up kind of friendship, right? So I guess I sexual love. I don't like those two together. Well, that kind of triggers in my mind a friends with benefits situation, which can work. Don't recommend it because someone's gonna get hurt. Always. There's always someone who actually falls in love. But I would say there's platonic love or sexual attraction, and then you have romantic love. I think I would roughly chop them up in those three. What have you been saying wrong, Krish? It's a question of commodifying a woman's body and reducing her to just one thing. It's not healthy or no. And it's really sad that I have had to come to terms with the realization that I really didn't have friends. I mean, I have friends, but a lot of the people that I truly consider like people that I would die for, almost, not entirely. That there was something going on that I wasn't aware of, and that's sad. That's really sad. Solar princess. I don't want to be a princess. Wisdom. There's so much responsibility that comes with being a princess. Not to mention being in line for the throne. I don't want to be on a throne. I would be so uncomfortable. I want to be a fairy. I want to be without responsibility and no choices to make. Is that okay? Self love, yes, also important. Of course, Millie. I missed a joke. Uh oh, she was a fairy. Yeah, that's me. Out of context, one quote of the day: chopped them up, cherry on the switch of friends with benefits. it Friends with benefits. It doesn't. I don't think it's wise. I don't think it's wise. You either value your friendship or you value short term gratification more. I think someone's gonna get hurt. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. Trust me. Um, Friendship is, when done right, a lot more valuable. But it's hard. Especially, I feel like that today there's a lot of schools who do emotional regulation and stuff. But that wasn't a thing when I was in school. Not in middle school at least, where I feel like you should be taught. And it's really interesting to consider that you spent what the equivalent of a full time job at school, or at least maybe in middle school a part time job, but you're not being raised by your teacher. Now, not to say that teachers should take on more responsibility. I'm saying that the classrooms are too big, actually. But I've always thought that teachers are kind of the same as parents. It's just that they get paid and they carry almost more responsibility than a parent, because parents have gotten the luxury with schools to not take responsibility for a child's education, which is also a really silly concept. But a little bit too much to get into in the last 2 minutes before we go into a sprint. Loop, are you ready? Happy affiliate anniversary. Thank you. Thank you for the resub. 9 months. Stream baby. You have a stream baby. How are you doing? I don't like the term friend with benefits because real friendships always have benefits. Exactly. What do you mean? It's a no. I think it's, as a concept, it's not a great thing. Be an adult and say you're in a relationship of which you both agree to not get married. If that is something you want to do, you don't want to get old, grow old with that person on a romantic level. Don't call it friends with benefits in that case. Just be clear, all right? We need to step away from the neurotypical use of language. I do feel like autistic people and neurospicy people are a lot more clear about what they want from life. And other people, we could probably use that a little bit. A little bit, not too much though, because we first need to learn how to regulate our emotions as a people. I fear that we may not know well enough. I'm here, Loop. I'm here. My hands are still too oily. I think I'm going to try to do some other work, which I really don't want to at the moment because I'm tired. But I'm gonna try because my hands are a little bit too oily from all the stuff that I put on my eczema. We're going into a sprint. Your relationships. Loop, what do you know? What we don't know? What do you know? That sounds like a version of Clara and the Sun, but different. Okay, I'm gonna be muting myself. Oh my god, why did I scare? I don't know what happened. I scared myself, and I'm gonna attempt to do some work. Um, yeah, no, I'll bring it up later. I'm gonna be muting myself so you can turn on your own music, or maybe you want a little bit of silence. I am going to work on a script actually, and I will see you in 30 minutes. Good luck. Last minute. Welcome back. How are we doing? We're taking a 10-minute break, and then we will do a power hour. And then after that, we'll do another sprint. But I want to do a power hour. I want to get some reading done because I realized that I've been procrastinating something that I need to finish for one of the videos that I have in progress. You know what I mean? How are you doing, Sherlock? How are you feeling? Has the dust of the excitement settled a little bit, or have you been kicking it up? Because I feel like you deserve to kick it up a little bit. Hello, my furry boyfriends. How are you doing? You just met Toulouse. Toulouse is a bit weird. She likes to be spanked and uses me as her general sitting device. She also has pica, which means that she likes to eat stuff like dust, which is a great motivator to do your daily chores. I wish I was kidding, as my deadpan tone might suggest, but I mean it. I need to make sure that she doesn't eat like hair from the floor every day, and I just gave her a little paste that was recommended to me by my vet to help her with that, and it does help. The hairballs and whatever the hell she manages to eat when I'm not looking does come out a lot more fluid with this. So. Recommend if you need it. What are you doing? What? What? Hold on, I just see you in a mountain. It's scaring me. You just spent 10k buying more data for the app because now users expect features. Oh no. Oh no, Sherlock. You got this. You've got this. So the excitement has worn off. Yeah, I mean, once a job becomes a job, it's kind of not fun anymore, is it? So it's important to keep finding good things. Money sucks. Money shouldn't exist, all right? I try to forget about it sometimes, but it's quite impossible. I hate how it ruins all the good times, don't you think? Skullja. Oh, no. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I am currently fighting some physical demons. My uterus is also inflamed. It's kind of in conjunction with the severity of the summer eczema because it's really ridiculous how I know it doesn't, you don't really see it on camera, but my hands are absolutely swollen. I can't really use them. I have a few. But I need more. I thought I had more. Just to tape up my hands. But I think I have a solution. I think I might just actually do some work today. Which I was doing anyway off stream. But I need to finish a few books that I was reading as ebook. And that is a lot more comfortable. It's softer on my hands. I have summer eczema. So currently my entire hands are inflamed. And I also have endometriosis. And I'm not upset about any question. No. I'm so sorry, Skulder, if that is what you thought. I want to sit. I'm tired because I can't really sleep during the night and my hands are really hurting. But at the moment, my entire body is just inflamed because I'm upset about the June. About June. I'm upset about June. June is not a good month for me, mental health wise, for lots of reasons. But this year in particular, it's because the court case for my physical assault by a stranger is happening within this month. I'm also dealing with the anniversary of the departure of my first pet. I really struggle to say what it is for what it is, but I lost her. You know what I mean. So my uterus is because I'm upset. Stress makes inflammatory autoimmune system diseases, illnesses a lot worse. I'm just kind of struggling a little bit physically, and it's hard for me to regulate that with the painkillers because I need their full potency in the peak of an episode. But because my cycle can be shrunk into, I'm not kidding. I've had a menstruation almost 3 times in 1 month because I was so stressed out in March. That was actually in the month of March, and after it happened, after I was just assaulted. So I want to sit down desperately, but it hurts to sit because it still feels like there's something up my bum that isn't supposed to be there, and I don't want it to be there, which is the endometrial tissue being inflamed. So that is what you're witnessing, which is a very, very redundant way to say that my endometriosis is flaring up, and that I'm really struggling with it at the moment. It has nothing to do with what you said, or whatever. It's actually truly me. I'm not kidding. So it's a little bit why I had to cancel the last stream last week, Wednesday. I desperately wanna sit in a shrimp position or lie in this case because my bum hurts. My bum hurts. Which is a little bit TMI, but this is my life, okay? This is the life of someone with endometriosis. Your uterine tissue finds its way outside of your uterus, and it causes scar tissue. And in my case, the scar tissue, say your intestines go like this, the scar tissue does attaches them to each other, so it doesn't move anymore. As you may know, with scar tissue, it's not very flexible. That's what is inside my belly, and it's a bit worse. And I knew this was gonna happen. I just wasn't emotionally prepared to also have a heat wave immediately before and a little bit during. So I'm glad to be here. Let me make that clear. I am glad to be here. I'm just struggling with myself. And honestly, if I didn't have something like this to keep me accountable, I wouldn't do anything, and that would be so much worse. It's so much worse to not have something to keep yourself busy with. I truly have enough to do. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 video concepts. Because as much as I would like to say that I also have a viable footage, I don't. I tried, it didn't work. So I have enough to do, but it's distracting. Pain is distracting, so it's hard to get things out. So I'm just gonna read, because one of the videos means that I really need to finish those 2 books about the sexual politics of meat. And the conspiracy against the human race, because those I need to finish those for a video anyway. Ali, you did so good. I'm so proud of you with your bookcase. It looks so good. My boy links walls and choose everything. Cats are special. Yes, they are. Yeah, what am I just gonna call you boyfriend? That's a little bit silly, isn't it? It's a little bit silly. You're doing the best as you were. Part of you for that. Oh, thank you, Skull-Jam. I was concerned. No, I'm so sorry. Oh no, no, you didn't upset me. I value yours too. I feel like we agree on a lot of things, which is nice. But you're not afraid to call other people out, and that's very important. It's very important that we learn to communicate, and that we learn to understand that even if someone gets a bit upset, that it's not necessarily personal, unless it's about morals and PDF files. Well, let's not go there today. Okay, please don't. Not today. I should just think about this during the power hour. Thank you for the hug, wisdom. I have scar tissue due to my C-section, so I understand the scar tissue pain. Yeah, it's not. It's really not. Really, it doesn't give. It only took me 4 hours to pill. So many mistakes. That's okay, Ali. That's okay. It works, right? It works. Do you have like things to attach it to the wall, or ways to attach it to the wall? Because I do recommend making sure that is or wait, you didn't have cats, right? I always assume people have cats. It's a bit of a glitch in my brain. I'm just starting to meet you where you are. Check your cortisol levels, friendo. Thank you, School Chat. I appreciate that. And also checking in. That's important. We should be able to ask each other whether something is wrong. Hello, Juicy. Othrerir Juicy. I think. I'm sorry for the rolling R if that isn't what you like to hear. That just your name just asked me to. Thank you so much. It's so interesting that I didn't even know that was the thing that people got. Full legal name. 30? Okay. I was scared. I don't want to offend anyone. I'm so scared to offend, especially when I'm in pain. I'm just scared because I don't mean to. I really don't. And like yesterday as well, I got excited about something that I didn't mean it that way. I don't know what it was. I can't attach to a well. I live in a rental. Oh, me too. That's so silly to me. That's so silly to me that how harsh the rules are in a lot of countries. Because in Netherlands, I mean, I guess it depends. Because when I rented privately, I wasn't allowed to do anything, anything. This is rent controlled, and I can just do whatever I want. I really can. I can do whatever I want because I pay for this. It's silly. Oh my god. Hello, Juicy? Seven stream streak? That's amazing. Thank you so much for your time. Offend everything, be a menace. I have an orange cat. And he does the job really well for me. At the moment, he's really quiet. All right, I'm going to read. I'm going to read for the next power hour, the goal of which is to try and practice flow. What is flow? Flow is that feeling you get when you're completely one with the task that you're doing, and that can include work actually, as long as you find the tricks to make it pleasurable. I like to practice flow with reading. I am reading something very serious though. I want to continue. I'm currently reading The Lion Women of Tehran as well, which is it took a turn, and I think I want to recommend it, but I'm not quite there yet. I think I am going to. Yeah, I should, because it's been the longest time. I don't agree. I'm gonna read The Sexual Politics of Meat. The practice isn't actually the focus though. The practice is starting your task. As you see, I am procrastinating because the hardest thing is to, shut one task off, which is talking to you, which I enjoy a lot more at the moment than trying to use my brain. But I'm gonna do it anyway, because that's the point. Okay? The point is to try, and that's it. If it doesn't work, at least you tried. So, let's get to it. I'm gonna shut up, make some more coffee with a lot of sugar. I don't want to talk about it. We talked about sugar yesterday. Thank you so much for being here. Good luck. And I'll see you in an hour. Last minute. Welcome back. I'm a little bit in a conundrum because I think I think I need to go. Oh, I wish, Nerly. Welcome back. I wish. I am so uncomfortable. It's ridiculous. Uh, I can't sit, and I'm too tired to keep standing. Hi, Wallace. Oh, and before I forget again, hello, or welcome in, Furry and Cosmic and Iconos. I'll probably say Bluebird. I think that's easier. Thank you so much for the follows. Thank you, thank you. I am so sorry that I'm not doing great. And I'm not gonna go immediately, but I don't think I can do another sprint. Uh, I have endometriosis, and I knew it was gonna be bad. I just, you know, you never know how bad it is until it hits you. And it really was supposed to be over. Uh, as in the current episode. I have two kinds of episodes, and then there's random flare-ups. Basically, I have endometriosis. It's a broken uterus. I have a big flare-up when I menstruate and when I ovulate, and in between I have random flare-ups when I'm under a lot of stress. I am still in the ovulation phase somehow, somehow, which means that I can't sit properly. And there's moments where I think it's going better, and then it's just not. And I'm frustrated because I want to be here and I want to work and I want to do things and I wanted to talk about the readathon. Because I wanted to start saying, you better get ready next week. Next week we're starting the readathon, so I can actually, I don't know, make a bit of a promotion, something, at least attempt to. I'm not good at promoting my own things. Thank you for the hugs. I could really use one. I've been thinking, because if this happens, I wanted to do the readathon next week. And in short, I've never celebrated myself, really, let alone myself and the community that we've been building slowly but surely over the last 6 years. I don't feel bad if you missed the affiliate thingy, because I did too. I wasn't warned. Everyone in chat was warned. I wasn't warned. People just started saying congratulations, and it was like, wait, what? So I really wanted to do that next week because uh, there were a few things at the same time happening that I felt like, oh, that's fun, and we can do a nice readathon, and I wanted to talk about that a little bit. So I guess I'm gonna make it short. I really think that I don't feel like it right now, but I really think that cycle wise, unless it really that's what is upsetting me emotionally, I guess, because physically, fuck that. But I don't want to cancel things. I hate canceling things. I hate having to adjust to my body. Um, But this is why I thought that it would be better to start the readathon during not this episode, next episode, which would be somewhere next week, in the coming week, because as strange as it sounds, even though when I menstruate, I have a longer period of high intensity pain, I can at least sit. Sounds so stupid. But if I actually gave you the language that I really wish I could give you, you would be really upset at how I talk to myself and what my body is making me think about the whole situation. Thank you so much for the follow, Jaylee, and thank you for the hug today. Um, No, I know. I only just got back to trying to stream for at least 4 hours. I know that's reasonably new again, but it's just confronting. Being chronically ill is not fun, especially when you are very motivated and ambitious in non-conventional ways. If you have a lot of things you want to do, and I was already yesterday. I was already thinking I probably need to adjust my setup. I probably need to be somewhere else because if this happens like this right now, I just can't sit. I can on the couch if I sit sideways. Just don't put any pressure on my bum. I can't touch my eyes because I have stuff on my hands. That is not allowed in my eyes. Hydrocortisone. Oh no! Shut up! Don't. I mean, not you personally, but sound off. So I was already thinking maybe I should just overhaul my entire living room, even though that's not really an option because it's small. The way it's set up is really there's really not a lot of options. So I was actually considering not being in this corner or reshuffling my furniture in such a way that you would just be pushed back a little bit so that the couch is in front of this and this is the background and I'll sit on the couch in front of it. I just thought that someone was coming in. Um, Hold on. There we go. Uh, I fixed it. It's okay. It's. Thank you for the heads up. I thought it was just someone coming in. Thank you for the heads up, gnarly. I didn't even read what it said. I just reported the person. Was that also the person coming in? Yes. Okay. So this is why interesting timing. This is why I also plan on, and you let me know how you feel about this. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm gonna sit in a very interesting position, but I need to. I because this is kind of a community thing. I want to do the readathon for it's a little bit exposure therapy for myself. Because I'm not used to celebrating myself. I don't do that like at all. I don't celebrate my birthday. I don't celebrate milestones. I'm scared to share good news with people because in my experience, um, I don't know. I don't know. I have bad experiences trying to share good things with people. So, but maybe that was because I didn't value myself. Anyway, I wanted to make sure that it's not possible for new people to come into stream just out of nowhere. So I was thinking about having a follower only readathon for the duration of the readathon, which means in case you missed it, I want to start reading a book We haven't decided yet, but it's probably just gonna be smut because I get uncomfortable with it, and that would be funny. And for that reason, also, I want to protect myself. So I was thinking, like, maybe one day follower mode, which is a little bit extreme, but as you just saw, maybe in Discord, people are weird and don't know how to ask for positive attention, and thus do something like that. Smut here? Never! But so we can decide that. But I was thinking to do the readathon next week, starting on Monday, so I can also promote and let followers know that it's gonna start on Monday. How do we feel about that? I need to, because I need to plan. I need to make sure that I have food. I do have a 1+1 free pizza, so that is great. If I order the extra large family pizza ×2, and I know this is gonna sound insane, but trust me, it works. Pizza is expensive if you order it, but if you do a 1+1 for free, it kind of makes sense. And I just live off of that during part of the readathon. A smodathon? No, to do. Ziggy! Thank you. And thank you, Kevlar. That's so funny. I feel ridiculous. I'm currently, I call this the chicken. Because my body is a freaking chicken threatening me from the inside out. How dare you come at me from the outside so I can fight you. I can't fight you on the inside. I'm going mad. God dang it. I have notes and everything about this. We were gonna take our time discussing this. I'm admiring this Assassin's Creed posture. Stop, don't make me laugh. I'm gonna cry. I'm literally dying of pain. Hi, Connor. Coiner, PK. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for the bits. I'm happy that it's amusing. I know. This is why I want to read smut for you, just for you, okay? Give him a mask and he will show you his true face. Oh god. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. It's okay. It's my body. I'm not angry at you. I promise. I didn't consider the unintentional comedy of my pain. I promise you that I do laugh about this sometimes as well. Like there were moments where I was actually fine, and it looked like I know because I had it on camera. It looked like someone had hit me on the back of my head, because I just collapsed, and I was in a pain episode for 20 in a flare up for 20 minutes, and I couldn't stand up. I was just lying on the floor. Begging that no one would look into my window, because if they call the police when I'm in that state, I don't want to know what happens. But what do you think? Next week, starting the readathon, we are going to decide, and you're gonna help me. You're not gonna leave me hanging, because I hate making decisions. Don't you? We're gonna decide what book we're gonna read next week. And we'll do follower only. And I guess, is a day too much? I don't think it is. It's probably not too much. Especially if I'm going to read smut. And people don't know that I don't necessarily enjoy smut. And I might have to change my setup. It's how novel. Will you see another corner of my house? No, you won't. Tomorrow we'll choose a book. And we'll start the readathon next Monday. I need to. I want to. I hate this. Who knew that I was doing yoga not to be flexible, but to contort my body in ways that could need my uterus from the outside in. I think the choices, we're gonna just leave it. I'm gonna leave you with the options that I wrote down for the readathon. I'm just gonna cut it because you don't want me to read something serious. You don't want me to read something scary. You might want me to read something that is fantasy, but I have a feeling it's gonna be smart anyway. So you choose. Think about it, all right? And I want to know the answer tomorrow so I can make sure that I have a copy by next week. Your choices are Unhinged, which is actually a book club book. So we could unintentionally maybe trigger some movement for the book club again and open it up. Because that was originally a book club submission from Ox. Surprise. Something that I have no clue about, but I came across on Goodreads, because Goodreads Goodreads blessed me with More Than Glory Milking Farm as well. Amazing experience. So I'm gonna trust that Sky Daddy is also gonna be an experience. Don't know what it's about aside from the title. It looked funny. And the other option that we have is Icebreaker. You may have heard about this book. It's controversial because of it really got the conversation about the covers of books that contain really explicit smut. Because Icebreaker looks like a cute teen girl story about a love story about a girl and a hockey player. Yeah, apparently it's really, really violent. Those are your options. Think about them, and I want to hear tomorrow. Icebreaker, Sky Daddy, and Unhinged. What will we read next week? Let me know. Explicit smut. This is rabbit hole getting darker and more moist. Always. No, I'm probably going to skip a lot of things. I'm going to be... I think of those, Icebreaker is actually the serious one. Because, like I said, it got a conversation going about the dangers of poppy, cute, pastel covers when there's smut involved. Because there were parents who bought those books because it's a series. For their preteen girls that really didn't need to be exposed to certain scenes, and I haven't read it yet, but I would want to at some point in my life anyway. So it's not like you're neither of these are a punishment. Let me put it like that. I am choosing to do this. I know what I'm getting into, and I also know that if I if I really feel uncomfortable, I'm just gonna skip. So don't worry, I'm okay. Sort of mentally. Most of the time. Right, Garfield? Just as smutty as that Pele book. Oh, you don't want to know. You don't want to know, Garfield. I recommend you read it. It's every second. That man knew how to describe a moment. You're down for it? For all of them. Look, we could make it an annual thing. We could. If you so desire, I could do that for you. But it's going to be contained, so we don't have too many people looking for trouble. And I will be streaming until the end of the week, until the end of the book. But I gotta lie down now. Isn't it stupid? Isn't it stupid that this is worse than actually bleeding for a week? That is how ridiculous endometriosis is when you have it like I have. Pencils in smut for next week's calendar entry. Yeah, I want to talk about it a little bit more. I should have just started a stream with it instead of. I wanted to end a stream on a happier note, but I really didn't expect to get a flare up like this. Thank you, Raven. Welcome in. I'm so sorry. I need to go. I'll be back tomorrow, though. I my body is actively. I'm gonna cry actually. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. Thank you for bearing with me and listening to me, because it helps that I'm not completely alone. I'm happy that I showed up. I'm happy that you showed up. And if you want to see me again, look at the schedule. See what it means when I say I'll be back tomorrow. And we'll talk more about the readathon, which I really am excited about. Please don't get me wrong. My body is upset, but it's okay. Don't forget to drink water. I didn't drink a lot of water today. And please remember that it's okay to not be okay. It will pass, all right? Yeah, no. Whatever I'm forgetting to bring up, I'll bring up tomorrow. So I hope to see you there. If not, please take care of yourself. Be kind. And I hope to see you very soon. Bye-bye.